Okay, hello all you crazy people out there, my name is Stupid and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. Scaly Wings, Scaly Wings. Still working on that. I awoke with my eyes fixed on the ceiling wallpaper, a sense of dread lingered from a nightmare I no longer remembered. I think I have seen this before, and it does always feel a little bit weird to start a video off by skipping part of the game in any way, shape, or form, but I would like to skip ahead. Yes. I am looking for the alternate storyline bits, or the additional storyline, I guess I should say, because it's not alternate, it's all part of the same story. If anything, where are we now? Alright, maybe I should just hit the tab key instead of skipping the easy way with the button, because that way I can at least scroll back and see where we are. We're going in, right? Alright. I cannot skip this, so I have seen it before, and he's coming in right behind us. Okay. Let's move the mouse cursor off the screen. This is the part where we're tracking down Reza to his hideout or whatever, right? I think that's where we are. We'll go with that. We slowly made our way to the front door. I took a deep breath and tried to prepare myself for the possibility of facing Reza. The tense scenarios and things I could say to him rushed through my head as I pressed down the door handle. And if I recall, there was something that went boom here the first time in my first run. Am I gonna get blown up soon? Or anything of the sort? The door inched open with a creak, but I noticed a slight resistance and a strange sound that suddenly made me hesitate. That's a tripwire. Okay, so that's what made the boom. When I looked down to the source of the noise, I saw a taut wire through the gap in the door, hovering over the floor of the entryway. Okay. Look before you leap, right? That was a pretty close call, you know. Too bad Reza wasn't here after all. Maybe he ran when he saw us approach. Strange for him to leave anything behind, though. Everything he's stolen, all of the generators are still here. Do you think the trap was for us in particular? Probably not. It was likely more of a general safety precaution. If he had any time to prepare for this, he would have taken the stuff with him. True enough, I had no idea you can make a bomb out of a generator. Then you just haven't been with us for long enough. If you know how, it's not even that complicated. And Reza somehow figured it out. Apparently so. Does he have any skills pertaining to engineering or electricity? He was another biologist, right? I'm pretty sure I've asked that before, and I'm pretty sure they answered that before. Well, he's worked on cars before and fixes a lot of things back home. I guess that would qualify? Sure. I could see that. He could also have done his own research. Either way, this makes him even more dangerous. At least we know, at least we now have a whole building's worth of clues. Stupid, can you get to your apartment from here? We'll be busy with this scene for a while. So I'm gonna run off. Long and protracted goodbyes. I do hope that they don't, you know, Bryce, Big Fee, accidentally step on something that he shouldn't, but I'm surprised you came back so quickly. How's the investigation going? Oh, the investigation is going swimmingly. Maybe Sebastian's the one who's gonna be actually, like, going inside and scouting out places where it's safe for Bright to put his big old feet or something. The investigation is going swimmingly, but as you can expect, we need all the help we can get. As usual. With how this case has been going, we've realized we must employ extra help. Oh? Yeah, we've requested assistance from one of the cities. We hope they'll send some good investigators our way soon. Okay. More characters to keep track of, maybe? We were so close today. He could have been in there, you know. Maybe we just came a few minutes too late. And if he knows how to make bombs from generators, who's to say he won't start using them elsewhere? At least he doesn't have any weapons now. Weapons. Where did I get that from? That was not even any W's in that sentence, except for the word now. At least he doesn't have any right now, does he? You said all the generators that were stolen are now accounted for. True. Still, this whole case is growing to be too much for a small-town police department. I hope you'll get all the help you'll need. You too. But right now you can help us again. What do you have? Well, when we searched the building, we found more than the things that Reza stole. We also found this bloody bandage. Do you think that's his? That's what we need to find out, but given all we know, it probably is. In the beginning, he elected to keep his DNA to himself, didn't he? I'm pretty sure, because I gave my blood sample to Anna, and she did whatever, and that's on record probably, and Reza didn't. I think is how it went. We know he was injured during the fight with his first victim, but whether this was from the same wound or something else, I'm not sure. In any case, you could bring it to the lab for us to find out more. Next, we have a witness who reported hearing loud bangs during the night. We'd like to send someone to make a follow-up visit. You'll need to confirm the witness statement, then see if he has anything new to share. And now that we have reclaimed your PDAs, we're going to send you one of the archives for analysis. Since they have experience with human artifacts, they're better suited to do it than in any of our departments. Okay? And lastly, we have the eggs. It's a relief that we found them unharmed in the building. They're safe and ready to be sent back to the hatchery. Shouldn't we take care of those first? It's not as urgent as you might think. Our eggs are pretty resilient. Being in the care of the hatchery is more of an insurance than a requirement. Some people choose to keep them in their own home until they hatch, rather than having the hatchery take care of it. The hatchery has been notified, but they won't be able to send someone for a few hours. I've heard that they're really understaffed, just like pretty much everywhere else in this story, apparently. Cool. If you bring the eggs and the paperwork to them, you'll speed up the process, but it's not an urgent matter. I think when I was poking through the list of Steam achievements, there is one pertaining to eggs, so if given the choice, I guess I'll do that. In any case, I'll just leave everything here until I get to it, so feel free to do these tasks as you wish. I know it's laughable that we don't even have a free hand for simple errands. Again, understaffed. By the way, are you planning to attend the summer festival? Should I? It's hard to think about something fun when I'm wrapped up in this investigation. Oh, for sure. It's important to take short rests so that you don't lose your head. There's so much to see at the festival, particularly the big fireworks. Dragons enjoy fireworks too. I would think something like that would feel so commonplace since many of you breathe fire. It's not quite the same. We still appreciate the wonder of colorful bursts in the sky. On the last day, there's always a big fireworks show. Everyone usually attends it. Everyone? Yeah, it's a great tradition. What peeves me most is that I'll be on guard duty when it happens this year, so I probably won't be able to see a thing. I'll be sure not to miss it then. Anyway, I should get back to the investigation now. I'll leave the stuff for you here, and I'll take care of the rest once I get back, alright? Sure thing. Good luck, stupid. Okay, so, first, eggs. I said I would do it, and see if an achievement pops out. I was on my way to the hatchery when I heard a voice call out to me. Hello there. I turned around to see an unfamiliar face behind me. You're new. I don't think I've seen you before. I'm Kevin. Stupid, nice to meet you. Could I perhaps interest you in our Midwest institution? Is this some kind of religious thing? Not at all, it's a college. Sorry, but I already got my degrees. Yeah, I know, it was a joke. Oh, so me going to college is a joke now. I'm not good enough, is that it? Not at all. Even if you wanted to study here, I don't think you'll be with us for long enough to make use of it. I think that came out wrong. I'm glad to see we're starting out on the right foot here. You're lucky I won't take this the wrong way. Phew. So, you're a recruiter for this college? No, this is just my summer job. Once the semester starts up again, I'll actually be attending to get my degree in psychology. College. Wonderful times. Is that sarcasm? Maybe? I didn't even know you had colleges here, though. Well, you do now. Why did you even approach me if you know I'm not going to college here? Don't tell me it's because I'm human. I was actually trying to talk to that old lady who walked by, but once you turned around, there was no going back. Oh, well, thanks for not making things awkward. Hey, I treat everyone nicely until I have reason not to. That's good customer service. Sure, but it's not just for the job, you know. That's just me. Wait, invite him what? To like, what? Am I going on a date with Kevin now? I don't even know him. I have to go to the hatchery. I'll talk to you the next time around, or maybe the time after that or something, because there's like 4 people queued up for me to talk to in my next run, and I just met you, so you're kind of at the back of the queue. Alright, so you're gonna go somewhere else. At least I know your name now, I guess. Here we are. Adine, why are you everywhere? Hey, stupid, right? What are you doing here? I just came to drop these off. Drop what off? The stolen eggs. I figured the hatchery would want them back. Oh, I was actually going to go get those from the police department later. I'm so glad they got back safely. Emily, stop chewing my leg. It's tasty. That's an event that just happened. Oh well. Anyway, I was about to go inside, so I'll take those off your hands. Thanks for bringing them here. No problem. And I do indeed get a in loco parentis achievement. Extraordinary. That doesn't count. Egg puns are disqualified. Those don't count. I want to do all of these. Take the bandage to the facility, visit the witness, take the PDA to the library. So far in the story, when you're given a choice of things to do, except for some occasions where you can do all of them, you're only allowed to do 2. So, I guess I did the egg ones because I wanted to do that, and I'll just go from top to bottom now and see how many it lets me do. Anna! Oh wait, Anna's dead. This is awkward. Damien, can I help you? Yeah, I'm just dropping off this evidence on behalf of the police. For the Razor case, right? I already read the memo. Yeah, well, here you go. Thanks, I'll get right to it. Alright. Damien was getting on my nerves the first time. The less I see of him, the better. Although every time I say that in a game, the more important the character turns out to be in the end, so maybe I shouldn't say that. Alright. Now that the facility has received the bandage, maybe we'll discover something new. I'll take care of the remaining tasks. I'll take care of the remaining tasks, so you can take the rest of the day off. I'm sure you have things to do other than helping the police department. It's no problem, really. My trip to your world wasn't supposed to be a vacation. Alright, I'll see you next time. So this is where we get to go on dates with people, right? I'm getting the hang of this. After this fateful day, I was finally glad to have some sort of respite. Oh, I have. Okay, this is where I get bonked on the head and partially kidnapped or something. Okay, so just in case there's anything I want to, like, have a refresher on. So this is backstory stuff, this is backstory stuff. We're learning about the how the administrator got there and stuff. I've got some messages. Lorem! Okay, so Lorem is... Anna's gone. Apparently I haven't met Dean enough times to spend a day with her, and... God, Remy. Did he go meet his bad ending again? I think he did. I was looking at the footage again, and there was one thing that I wondered one choice that I wondered if what was triggered, let me try that again. I was looking at the footage from the last video, and I was wondering if there was one choice I made that, that triggered his bad ending. I can't remember what it was. Was it the cake one? I might have talked about that, like, right immediately when it happened. Alright, well, I'll investigate that the next time. But Lorem's a game designer. Sorry, Bryce, you're not a game designer. Therefore, you are not cool. I'm sorry. Alright, Lorem. Hey! So this is where you live. You already got a glimpse when you delivered Ray's letter, remember? Yeah, but back then I didn't really notice anything. I was nervous. Why were you nervous? Well, there was the fact that I was going to speak to a human. Plus, I didn't know if you'd actually listen to what I had to say. And then I also wondered if I was going to remember anything I wanted to tell you, or worse, if I'd get thrown out again like when I talked to Reza. You actually talked to Reza? Well, not really. He just took the letter I had for him and closed the door. But that was before you arrived here. Do you know who sent the letter? It came through the portal, so I assumed it was from a human. I see. By the way, did you hear about Ipsum? Apparently he's become a witness for a murder case. Okay, so had I gone and talked to the witness last time, I would have met Ipsum again. Because everybody in this town knows everybody else. Oh, I heard about that. Didn't know the witness was Ipsum though, small world. How could you know something like that? I've been helping the police for some time now. Really? Oh, does that mean this has something to do with Ray's disappearance? There's really no use denying it by this point. So, the more the game, like, hammers home the Reza point, the more I'm becoming suspicious that it's not actually him who's at the bottom of everything. And to make things more interesting, I got kind of a comment spoiler, non-spoiler on a video recently that said, what did it say? Give me a moment to find the comment. Okay, so it was Captain Red 1000 a couple days ago who said at this point in the story, and this was in episode 8, I was convinced that Reza was actually not the one behind the murder simply because the game was so goddamn set on making him out to be the bad guy. I guess that's not the biggest spoiler, but... well... the nuances of language. Alright, how long have you been helping the police, anyway? Since the day of my arrival, really. Oh wow, I guess that explains why you've been so busy. I imagine you can't talk about it, though. I don't really care anymore. Besides, I think it has become common knowledge by this point. You're trying to find Reza, right? Wasn't he your friend? Not sure I'd call him that. Still, he was supposed to be your partner in this, and now he's just gone. I'm more worried about what he's doing now. Even if we find him, this may put our diplomatic relationship in peril. This may put our diplomatic relationship in peril, you say. I guess I shouldn't talk about stuff like that. Why not? It's no use worrying about things I can't change. Right. Just focus on the things you can. That's my philosophy. Like Lorem source code. Come on, talk about technical stuff, because that's what I actually know things about. You know, it's a bit of a shame that you didn't want to go to the festival. I already had my fair share. Wait, did I actually turn the festival down already? I thought I just didn't commit to it either way yet. I already had my fair share of adventure the last time we met. Besides, I should probably lay low for now. You're right. The crowds would probably go crazy if they saw you. We could still watch the big fireworks show together, though. We wouldn't even need to go to the festival grounds to do that. Sure, if you like. It only takes place at the end of the festival, though. When's that? A few days from now. You've been here a few minutes and you already want to schedule our next get-together. Get-together? That's an odd way of phrasing it. Would you prefer it if I called it a date? Clearly. Alright, it just seems a bit odd to me, considering that all this started with me begging you to meet me so that I could draw some pictures of you. We did that, and then we went treasure hunting, which was your way of saying thanks. What would you call what we are doing here now, then? Dinner. I invited you for dinner. I'm not seeing anything to eat here, though. Right, that's because I wasn't sure about what's in the kitchen. I also don't know what you like, so let's just order something. Was it in this run or the previous one that I went through the refrigerator and looked at all the fruit or something? Might have been in the previous one. There are a few places nearby. Did you have anything in mind? I'm not really in the mood to try something new. Sure, how about pizza? Pizza. I want pizza then. Alright, let's just call it Pentoli's then. They already let us down with the treasure hunt. Why do you think this will be any different? They're the closest and I haven't ordered from them in ages. Maybe for good reason. If they can't get the treasure hunt right, I don't want to know what they do with their pizzas. It's just a pizza, stupid. How bad could it be? Sir, the town I live in has some fantastically bad pizza. You have not seen bad pizza.
Hey.
Alright, if you want to vote for Pentoli's, then go ahead. Actually, I think I've got one of their menus here. Yeah, here it is. Let's see, even the smallest pizza is going to be big for me. We could share one. Sure, what toppings do you like? I think I'll go with a salad. A dragons that eat salad. And a pizza. You are not allowed to eat dragons on the pizza. Okay, do whatever you want. Eat dragons on a pizza. You're not allowed to eat salad on a pizza, or dragons. Because that would be cannibalism in this world, and I don't know how I would feel about that. I'll look at the other options first. Grapes. See, back where I come from, everyone puts grapes on their pizza. I'll just place the order then. Is that something they're actually going to deliver? I have a feeling if you called the pizza place down the street for me and told them to, like, put grapes on a pizza, they would ask, like, what are you talking about? Do you have the wrong number? Okay. Lorem got up and walked to the door. From my place on the couch, I couldn't see anything, but I heard a bit of talking before he returned to me carrying the square box. The flyer who just delivered this, I actually know her. I guess it's not unusual for you to know each other. Your jobs are pretty similar. I suppose some things never change in this town. Lorem opened the box and showed me the pizza we had ordered. Memories of days gone by raced through my head. Alright, let's get this party started. Don't we need more people for a party? With pizza, anything's a party. I feel like I haven't had pizza in ages. What are you waiting for then? I took one of the slices. On the surface, there was an obvious layer of grease that was sure to stain anything it came in contact with. What do you think? It's been way too long. Even the grapes can't ruin it. See, that's... maybe... I'm now thinking, if I ordered one of the fantastically bad pizzas from the place down the street, or a couple blocks away anywhere, it's not really down the street, and they actually did put grapes on it, would that make it better or worse? I'm not actually sure, because that's how bad their pizza is. Okay.
Hey.
Guess you don't mind that we got Pentoli's now, huh? With these words, he grabbed one of the slices on his half and bit into it. After chewing a few times, his expression surely twisted into a scowl. Something wrong? Now I remember why I haven't ordered from Pentoli's in a while. Their pizza sucks. Once again, you should pop over to my neck of the woods. I'll show you pizza that sucks. It's not that bad. Maybe you just haven't had good pizza to compare it to. Hey, it's still better than nothing. I suppose. By the way, how's your game coming along? I don't know. I feel like I've hit a wall. Ah, yes, the T equals +1 week, where you realize that making a game is a lot of work. Why's that? Maybe I get hit over the head, you know? The more progress I make, the more it becomes apparent that I'll need a lot more help than I thought. That's, yeah, the bottom of the Dunning-Kruger curve, I guess we can call this. So far, you're the only one who's been working on this, right? Yeah, but I'm starting to realize that it won't work out if I continue like this. Why not? It would never be done. Or if it was, it would be very different from what I'd like it to be, so something needs to change. I suppose I'm just worried, because once you start involving other people, things get complicated. How so? I've always been the odd one out, so I'm not sure how well I could work with a team. You'll have to find people, work out how to pay them, and how to divide up the work. I guess I'm just starting to realize what kind of investment this would actually be. You sounded a lot more optimistic the last time we talked about this. Yeah, it's all fun and games when you're just thinking about ideas that you could turn into a game. But once you actually start working on it, it's a completely different story. Man. This is like a rite of passage right here. Okay, at some point it just becomes another job. Isn't that what you expected? Of course it is. I knew it would be a lot of work, but I guess I'm not sure if it's all worth it. That depends on why you're making it in the first place. Last time you said that you had nothing to lose either way. Well, maybe I was wrong about that. I do have something to lose. What's that? A lot of time and energy, I assume. Myself. Okay, so that went down the philosophical road. I'm not sure if I'm ready to do what is necessary to finish what I started. If you think about it, what's the worst that could happen? Investing a lot of time and money only to end up with nothing in the end. I could end up disappointing those who play the game, those who collaborated with me, and lastly myself. I think as of like, the beginning of 2019, what's the stat, like 65% of Kickstarters fail? In terms of games? It's something crazy high like that. That's what you're worried about? That's what being a creator is like. If you put tons of work and effort into something, you want people to like it, right? If that's not gonna happen, why do it in the first place? But if you're not doing it for other people, are you? But you're not doing it for other people, are you? It's your game and your idea, after all. Right, but... I mean, depending on how much money you dump into it, you probably want to at least break even on your investment. I think you actually brought that up before. You're not trying to cater to someone else, so what other people think is not important. Besides, what they think is outside your control anyway. Just look at what happened to Patoli's. It's the paradox of indie dev. It's like you don't want to do the whole like AAA stereotype thing, make whatever's gonna sell the most units, but you also want to like be able to make money to do things like eat bad pizza and that kind of thing. Wonderful industry. They probably cut a lot of corners during production with the ingredients. They value quantity over quality and are the ones trying to get as many pizzas out as possible to satisfy demand. They are cheap and the pizza tastes like it. Okay, but they're still in business, so this must be working out for them somehow. Even if you don't like it, they are offering something that other people clearly want. I don't know if this is intended to be a big poke in the eye to the old AAA games industry, but can certainly take it like that. They probably don't give a damn about whether or not you like their pizza. Sure they don't. They just give people what they want, and that's why they stay in business. Are you saying that I won't be successful if I don't cater to others? No, I'm saying that unless being successful is the goal, you don't need to cater to anyone else. Because if you did, you'd end up like Pentoli's and you would really lose yourself. I guess you have a point. So what if other people like their greasy pizzas? That's not what you want to. That's not what you want to do. Certainly not. You said yourself that your philosophy is to focus on the things that you can change, so what... You see, that was a joke when I brought it up before. So what are your options here? A wise person once said, do or do not. There is no try. That sounds like one of those quotes that's trying really hard to be deep and is just kind of... You know, like the ones I'm full of. Not doing this has never been an option for me, he continues. Then you make the most of it and nothing else matters. I think you're right. I should just focus on getting things done as best I can. Who knows? Maybe you're wrong about Pentoli's. Maybe they're actually a big family restaurant with a rich tradition and history, and that's why people like them. No, I think it's because they have cheap pizzas. Anyway, there's a good reason for my anxiety. I usually keep to myself, and that's how I've always worked best. If there's one thing that life has taught me, it's that people fear what they don't know. I guess it's an odd thing to say when humans are worshipped by many. Most of them don't actually know any humans. Not like I know you. Maybe I should rephrase that. People are afraid of what they don't understand. I was bullied a lot when I was a kid. You know, it can be pretty tough when you're growing up and all the other kids are always bigger than you are. Luckily, that was never a problem for me. Even in kindergarten, we get told not to make fun of our differences because of how different our species are. God, I wish my class was told that when I was in kindergarten. It's just odd that for a society that celebrates our differences, there are still things that are too different even for them. When I grew up and went to college, I thought people would know better than to continue doing those horrible things, but ultimately I was proven wrong. Their bodies may have been those of adults, but their hearts had stayed the same place that they were a decade before. Working on my own has helped, but that is treating the symptom, not the cause of the problem. I can't always run away, and I'll have to step into the limelight and brave the storm again if I want to finish the game. There's something about me that you don't know. Anyway, I owe it to you to tell you because you're going to find it out sooner or later anyway. And when that happens, it should be on my terms rather than someone else's. What? Please don't tell me that you're dying too. Please. I'm a hermaphrodite. Okay. I was born with both sets of sex organs, and before you ask, that is not something that is common in any of our dragon species. Steam story page wasn't kidding when they said that, like, everyone's got their own backstory. I really don't think there's any named characters in this story who are really copies of anyone else. They're all different. In the eyes of some, that makes me a freak of nature, something that needs fixing, or something that shouldn't exist in the first place. I can kick him out, that's mean. You need a hug too? I think Lorem needs a hug too. Sure, some people may think that's odd, but I don't really care. It's just another part of who you are. Thank you. I don't know why I keep hitting the arrow keys. You know, it's not always the bullies who go after me once they know. Too often, it's been the people who I thought were my friends. So whenever I meet another person, I have to prepare myself for this conversation, not knowing whether they'll suddenly turn against me when they find out. And their reactions can be very different. Some get angry and make fun of me. Others feel betrayed and Others feel betrayed and don't want to have anything to do with me anymore. That was another comment that Captain Red also left on a video a little while ago, if I can find it. Not specifically related to Hermaphrodite, but, where was it? Related to the way I could have just kicked him out. He also pointed out that being a dick to everyone apparently gives you its own ending. Not that I'd know because I'm too much of a wuss to even attempt it. Same. I do like to go 100% on my Steam achievements and everything, but being terrible to people in games on purpose is kind of really difficult, and I don't know if that's something I'm actually gonna do. Almost certainly not on recording, and probably not on my own either. Anyway, by now, I think I've seen it all. I'm so glad that you're not like them, but it's always a gamble. Maybe the next person I tell is gonna become violent. How can I put myself out there when this could happen wherever I go, you know what I mean? What will people do to you when they find out about me and my game? I don't know. That's what I'm worried about. I only wish there was a place where I could be safe from all of that. Where it just wouldn't matter that this is who I am. If someone like you, someone with a place of authority, said something, maybe it could change things. I know you can't interfere with our politics though, you're an ambassador. Doesn't mean I don't have hope that something like that will one day happen. Hey, can I, like, kick Emra out of office and, kinda sorta change the rules so that I can take her place? And then I'll be the big boss? Is that an option? I'm guessing that's not an option. I should probably go now, it's getting late. You've made me feel a lot better, though. You told me not to worry about the future, and maybe you're right. Sure, there's a lot of work ahead, but maybe it's not as hopeless as I thought. It never is. Hey, do you still want to see the fireworks show together? Okay. So just give me a call in a few days and we can discuss the details. I'll do that. Alright, I'll see you then. Also, speaking of bad endings, is there like an ending, and this one may be the one that Red was talking about, but is it possible to make everyone mad at you at the same time and, like, not have anyone that you can call in your free time? I could see that being its own special ending. Anyway, I'm going to meet Bryce, order some lunch, and get some well-deserved rest in the next video. For now, my name is Dragonite. For now, my name is Stupid. This has been Angels with Scaly Wings. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.